This is the Game 6 press conference featuring the Arizona Wildcats. We're joined by head coach Caitlin Lowe and student athletes Carlie Scupin, Devyn Metz, and Hannah Bowen. Questions for our student athletes to start, please.
Devyn, could you describe the feeling of being out there in the circle, getting that start today, and that being your first start in the Women's College World Series?
I probably have to describe it as something that's not as nerve-wracking as it was trying to get here. I know, my nerves were pretty high against Mississippi State, and I knew that coming in here, I have nothing to lose, and I know I have Bowen in the bullpen, and I have a good offense and a good defense, so it was just a matter of time.
And Devyn, after you gave up the run in the second inning, then you really settled down, and I think you only had one more base runner, I think. How'd you bring it back together?
Kind of knowing that my teammates had my back, and at this level, everyone is going to score at least one run, 2 runs, and this is postseason, so this is going to be a tight game no matter what, and I knew if I just trusted in my team, they were going to have my back.
Carlie, can you talk about the offense's approach today against Maison, because you guys seem to be able to chip away and put together a run here, 2 runs there, and just come through when you guys needed it the most?
Yeah, I think we prepared a lot just because we saw her a lot during conference play, so we all kind of knew the game plan going in, but I think it was just a matter of executing.
Zoom question from Javier Morales.
Yeah, Devyn and Hannah, can you each talk about the dynamic of Devyn being replaced in the 6th inning after pitching strongly, and then Hannah coming in and closing the door?
Start with Devyn.
I think it's just a different look, and coming into the game, I was throwing a lot of down stuff, and I could tell that the Oregon State hitters started to move back, so I knew that they must have saw something, but I knew if I just kind of throwed through Shar, that I was going to be able to keep the ball in the park. But I knew Bo coming in was super helpful because it's just a different eye level and then changing levels. So
Hannah?
Like Devyn said, just a different look. She was throwing more down, more off speed. I was throwing more up. So I think it was just a different look for everybody.
Bo, did you guys know going in that you were both going to pitch today, or was that something that was kind of play by ear?
It was play by ear. I was in first relief, but I knew Devyn was going to go as long as she could, and she was doing phenomenal. So.
Zoom question from PJ Brown.
Hi, this one's for Devyn, as long as we're on the pitchers. Devyn, you seem to get stronger as the game wears on. Today you actually started out and you had a couple strikeouts in the 1st inning. You gave up that run, and then you came back and really commanded it. What sort of, what is it that sort of gives you that as the game goes on, you kind of get stronger and more in command? What goes on with you in your mindset?
Just confidence in my teammates and kind of trusting my pitches and trusting my spins and knowing that if I throw to a certain zone or a certain spot that my teammates are going to back me up defensively, and I know if I get out of there defensively, my team's going to back me up offensively.
And back.
Yep. Ian Sachs, Arizona PBS. This one's for Carlie. Carlie, what went into that 6th inning rally where you guys were, trying to find a rhythm offensively, and then you finally break through to go on top?
Yeah, I think as a team, we all had really good at-bats throughout the game, but we just had to execute at some point. So it could have been any of us, but we just all had to come through.
Graham Hayes on Zoom.
For both Hannah and Devyn, kind of beyond this game, just over the course of the postseason, whether it's strategy, whether it's motivation, whatever it is, how have you two been able to help each other out and kind of get each other to a higher level during the postseason?
Start with Hannah, please.
I think just feeding off each other. She brings great energy. I bring great energy. I think just building one another and just keep competing.
Devyn?
I say a lot of work has gone into our relationship, both in the bullpen and off the field, and it's something that we've had to work on because we faced a lot of adversity during conference play, and when we came here, we knew we had a clean slate. So knowing that is pretty fun, and It's fun competing with you, Bo.
In front.
Carlie, can you talk about your RBI double and what you saw during that at bat and how you're able to get that hit?
I saw a lot of pitches during that at bat, and I just had to make the adjustment. My first 2 swings were not very pretty, but I just had to trust myself.
Back to Zoom for Javier.
Hey, Carlie, can you talk about how uplifting it is to see players like Blaze and Sophia get big hits?
Yeah, it was super awesome to see them come through tonight, and I'm really proud of them. I was telling Shar, I almost cried when Blaze got the hit to score the 3rd run, so I'm proud of both of them.
Go ahead.
Hi, me again. This is for any of the student athletes. How does it feel to contribute to Coach's first win in the College World Series?
Start with Hannah, please.
It's amazing. Kate is phenomenal, and she has so much knowledge to the game, and I love feeding off of her, and it's just, she deserves it.
Devyn.
It's super fun to play for Kate, and it's super, I'd say, like, laid back, and knowing that she trusts all of us to do our job, and I think that's what she brings to the game is that, and to our team is that it's like that quiet confidence and that calm confidence that we can do it, and just knowing that she trusts in us is pretty awesome as well.
And Carlie.
Yeah, pretty much same thing. We trust her, and we know that she trusts us, so we have each other's back.
All right, Carlie, Devyn, Hannah, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Questions for Coach, please?
Coach, can you talk about what you saw out of Devyn today, how she was able to progress throughout the game and really put that one inning behind her?
Well, I thought it actually started yesterday, the way she came in relief, and she came out on fire, and she just went at people. And I think when you asked her the question, Devyn's a winner, so when she gets closer and closer, she usually gets better and better. And I thought it was the right time to bring Bo in, and the different look was nice to have. And they're spot on. The relationship got better throughout the season, and now they lean on each other, and they want to complete those games together. So I think that helps a lot.
And back there.
Hi, Coach. Ashley with Arizona PBS. We talked yesterday about one pitch being the difference in the game. Can you talk about what was the difference today in that one pitch going your way and what your girls learned?
Well, I think it was a lot of pitches. Honestly, we talked about being feistier in our bats yesterday just to make things happen, and I thought we put pressure on all night long. And yeah, Carlie Scupin came through with that big one pitch, and let me tell you, that's the most calm, cool, collected I've seen her all year, and for it to be on this stage, it's pretty cool.
Nick.
Yeah. Caitlin, I was wondering, Arizona and Oregon State were probably 2 of the last 3 or 4 teams to get in the field. Did it strike you at all just before the game, just kind of how both you teams sort of grit and all that just to get to this, I mean, to get to this stage even?
I think a lot of people are surprised, and it just doesn't shock me because our conference, it's hard, and every single team is good. Every single weekend we have great competition. I think, no game is going to be easy going into that conference. So I don't think either of us are surprised. Oregon State's a great team. Mizzona's a great pitcher who had a great career, and just hats off to them because they put up a fight, and that last inning they made it tough, but never surprised by the Pac-12 conference because we really do have some of the best teams in the country.
Kim Doss from Arizona Desert Swarm. Caitlin, you said you felt it was the right time to make the pitching change. What did you see, or what were you feeling that made you feel that way?
Well, I think they were starting to hit some balls hard, and our defense was doing a great job, but then Bo comes in and she provides a different look, just a different eye level. And, anytime you can do that as a hitter, at least you have to make the adjustment to execute. And I thought, just a good time for Bo to come in fresh and Devyn to come out on a high note, too.
Ryan Kellop here from Pac12.com. ESPN showed you giving a hug to Coach Berg after the game. Can you just kind of talk about that exchange?
Well, yeah, she's actually she's a little under the weather, so she didn't want to hug me at first. But then I was like, come on, Bergie. So I went in for it, and, I just have such a special relationship. It's started a really long time ago when I was little, and she's been my idol as an outfielder, as a softball player, as a human being. And I was lucky enough that she played for so long that I got to play with her. And she is one of my favorite teammates that I've ever had. I know she's a great coach. I know her players look up to her, and she does things the right way.
Let's go to PJ Brown on Zoom.
Hi, Kate. This is going to be a kind of a fun one.
Okay.
So I noticed in the early on and then in the sixth when you guys broke it open that in the dugout you broke out the rally caps, the fire engine, the fireman's hat.
Yeah.
When did you guys start that? Where did you pick it up this morning? What's that going on with that?
Honestly, we got Firehouse subs for before the game. So they gave us fireman hats with the Firehouse subs. So we were just, our bats were going to be on fire today, and we just rolled with it.
And back.
Hi, Coach. Ian Sachs, Arizona PBS again. How does it feel to pick up your first win on this stage?
It feels awesome. And I knew, I told them after the game that they were meant for this stage, and I truly believe they were going to chip away and make it happen. Nothing really got too big. They were amped at the beginning of the game, but they knew they were going to win that game on this stage, and I think that's a big deal. I've seen this team grow up in the postseason and go from, wanting to be here to knowing they belong here and knowing that they're going to win here, and that's, in 3 weeks, that's huge. So just super, super excited for them.
Javier on Zoom.
Caitlin, what does it mean to you as a head coach to see Devyn be the first player out of the dugout to greet Hannah, and that's after she retired the side in the sixth, and also to see players like Blaze and Sophia have some key hits for you? Is it like a total team effort?
Well, it's what you live for. It's what makes the game so great when you have that joy for your teammates' performance. You've kind of come full circle, and you just get it. You get how to play the game the right way, and I think it's so important. And, Soph works her butt off every single day, and any good contact, any base hit, she is the happiest person in the world. And you know what she's even happier for? A great sack bunt, and that's just a good teammate. So she deserves all of it, and Blaze has been grinding and hasn't felt great, but found a way to just bloop something in so we could score a run. So just very excited about how they've kind of stayed the course throughout the season too.
Down in front.
Coach, you mentioned that seventh inning where Oregon State was able to put a little bit of a rally there, but Jasmine Perez-Chicas makes the diving catch there. Can you just talk about Hannah Bowen being able to get out of that inning and close out the game and what you saw from her?
Well, closing out was huge, and I thought there was a tough ball 3 call on the 9-hole hitter, and she might have let that get to her earlier in the season, and she just didn't. She kept composed. She kept composed with a great leadoff hitter that came up to bat next, and that's, I think, where the maturity comes in and where her leadership comes in. She's like, so what, next out? So I think that was really important.
Graham Hayes on Zoom.
And in terms of Devyn and Bo building that relationship you've been talking about, was that something that you and Taryn are able to find ways to accelerate that over the course of the year, or do you just have to wait and hope that those two people figure each other out?
Well, I really think it's been our whole team, and they had to kind of get a little bit vulnerable, kind of realize, we talked, it sounds so corny, but we talked about being like Swiss cheese at the beginning of the year. As slices of Swiss cheese, we've got our holes and our flaws, and not everyone is perfect. And as the block of Swiss cheese, we are perfect, this perfect chunk and piece together. So they realized that they could do it together and have those weaknesses, have those flaws. We needed something up in the zone. Devyn doesn't throw that. That's not her specialty. So Bo comes in and she does it for her, and that makes my heart happy that they're leaning on each other, and not just in the circle, but all around, offense, defense, and in the circle.
All right, last one, Coach Eric Lopez on Zoom.
Coach, you were a great defensive player, and I remember we talked before the season about bringing in Lauren Lappin and her expertise on defense. Your defense was spectacular tonight, made some big plays to help you win. Speak to your defense and helping you get this win.
Well, I thought a few plays, more a handful. Paige Dimmler in right field was huge, and not just for the out, but for the energy that it provided us. I thought Carlie Scupin made that play look way easier than it was, and I thought Izzy Pacho at third base was lights out. Those could have been in the 5-6 hole easy, and even Sophia Carroll almost throwing the runner out from the 5-6 hole. So I just thought the momentum was there all day, and it fed us into our offense too.
Coach, congratulations. Thank you very much
Thank
for your
you.
time.